I'm still cooking for a roller. That's why I can't come by your
myself at the top.
Oh, damn. Shit.
Should brought my daughter and come back, goddammit. She might have a trip.
He has to bring the tags back anyway.
Yeah, I got to anyway.
So when you come back, bring the daughter tights too.
You gonna grab the base for the little.
Are you gonna come back?
I forgot that quick. Outlet at my crib.
Oh shoot, hey Shemai, 37. I've just been sitting over here. How did it go live?
But I'm just saying.
I have no idea.
Lock
in, brothers. He went live.
How? I didn't touch nothing.
You can grab
Satan.
today.
It's 47 seconds. I didn't touch nothing. We're live. Hey, Bible Shot, someone turn the light on right there. No, the one at the bottom. Oh, no, right on the base, right there, right his fingers. Yeah, that one.
Damn, I have more articles on that one. Fuck it. Shit.
Which ones?
Don't worry, they're all in the phone, so I can't. Don't worry about it.
No.
Hey, can you give me the handle check for that? And it should be a cord.
Yeah. Just bear with us a second. Hey, brother, we live.
Shalom. Hey, the Bible Shot, Ariella, we just double check GMS Chicago on there live too.
Definitely.
Salakia.
That's the one that I post anyway.
Right. I don't know how they started.
The other Mark always gets 100.
I just put it down and we were talking and everything went live on its own. I don't know. It's okay. But double check to make sure that everything is good and all the other brothers and then everybody else will fall in the book.
Audio, I checked the other.
Perfect. We good. Yeah, you good, Elder.
All right. Shalom. Salakia for the confusion. We're the brothers of the Great Millstone, Chicago, and first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations that look like those heathen nations. This is not a black thing, all right? And to the very few Akwaf that are listening and learning, we say Shalom. And we're going to talk about, this, there's a lot of people dying in Babylon from strange ways and the ensuing chaos. So those deaths are only going to increase and get worse, man. All right, I had a bunch of articles that were actually in the phone that I'm recording from now, so kind of threw a monkey wrench in that. I was going to read a few of them. So we're just going to jump straight to the chaos first, and maybe that'll come back around. But, breaking news as of last week, everyone's talking about, what happened with DJ Trump. And I was out in Highland Park with a bunch of rich JOOs, and they're all... They're and all of them were like, this was staged. That's what they said. All right. And I think when people say things like, oh, this was fake and it was that, people don't understand what they mean by that. When people are saying that, what they're saying it basically is that this was an inside job.
Right.
All right. Because in fake staged events, people actually die for real. All right. So a lot of these events that were, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. There was a shooting that happened in a nightclub in Miami, and they turned it into an alphabet thing, and victimize, to get sympathy for, what's wrong with it? Is it good?
No, it's good.
To get sympathy for, the whole alphabet agenda. But then it turned out that the dude who did all this this shooting in that particular nightclub, he said that he wasn't doing it because of that. He was doing it in retaliation for what they had done to his Muslim brothers and sisters in his home country. That's why he retaliated. So they didn't bring that part out, because acts of hate begot more hate, man. When you are colonizing people and being the empire and forcing your imperialism on them, forcing them to to basically go broke trying to support your way of life. All right, that can tend to make people want to fight you back. They can tend to make people want to attack and resist you. And then what else happened? So after all that happened, now Biden stepped down, and the media is saying Kamala Harris is stepping in this place, but all over the internet they keep saying Hillary. So it's getting ready to be some chaos in that, because I'm gonna tell you right now, these good old boys are not about to let a bed wench or Hillary, because Hillary will have your ass killed. Or let Hitler become president. It's not going to happen, man. Even with all the criminal charges, a true criminal, all right, charges that was brought up. I guess when there's no witnesses, though, because all the witnesses against Hitler, they're all dead. Yes, so hence the reason why they call it Hitler. All right. But it's not looking too good, because so another thing that happened. Somebody get 2 Ezra 15, and Matthew the 6th chapter. I mean, yeah, 24, the 24th chapter. Was that the Israelis attacked the Houthis yesterday? All right, they attacked them yesterday and they bombed a bunch of shit. And I'm like, I don't know why they would do that, because the Israelis couldn't even handle Hezbollah.
That's right.
All right, Hezbollah proved that their Iron Dome and their Sling of David and all the other, it is Bushido.
It's Bushido.
You know, they had the Bushido videos on the internet when they making fun of the fake martial art guys.
Right.
You know, everybody's been talking about this defense system for years, and it turns out it's just a joke, because hot garbage Hezbollah penetrated and showed the whole world that they can penetrate it. So if you think you're going to be able to fight the Houthis and all these other people, you know, they can't do it. So guess what? America's going to have to step in. Somebody grab the least of the flock, she'll draw them out.
Let's go.
So you best believe that the chaos that happened last week is going to continue to escalate. All right? And I called it through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Awashai. I said we would not get out of July without a major event happening, and it did.
Have you been seeing this?
All right? And I believe the same thing for October.
It's July.
I mean, because first of all, this is the time.
Yeah.
This is if we're in the end of days.
I mean, for August.
Exactly.
I don't think, because I kept saying July, August, something was going to happen.
That's right.
And so now with this guy talking about his information about September, you know. So, but with them bombing, but with them bombing the Houthis, you know, you think the Houthis aren't going to retaliate? And then I saw a video of Yemen. Somebody look, see if they can find it. There was a video of a gathering of Muslims in Yemen, and it was probably more people in Yemen than it is in the entire state of Israel. So, and that's just the Yemenis. That's not even all the rest of the Muslim world, because you know Benjamin Milkowski has successfully brought the whole Arab world, the whole Muslim world against him. The dragons of, the Carmenians, man, the dragons of Arabia. So, so get those scriptures. Yes, look at that.
All right, I got.
That's insane, man.
You want to know the population?
No, I'm just saying, just from the look of this crowd.
Oh, okay.
It looks, you know.
In India?
No, Gaza.
Yemen.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Gaza.
Because I got one in
That's in Gaza?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was the Yemenis.
Enormous crowd rallies in Yemen in solidarity.
In solidarity, yeah,
with
that was
Gaza.
Yemen. So right.
So like this is.
So the point being that they brought the whole Muslim world together against them.
And there are more Yemenis, whatever, than Israelis too. So he was right.
So there you go. On both points, I was correct.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to fight just them, let alone the rest of the. So they're about to, you know, this guy is so desperate to stay out of trouble and stay in power. Keep pushing, you know, the whole Jewish fraud that he's willing to bring the whole world, but that's all prophecy. But whoever holding that scripture, go ahead and get it.
33.5 million versus 9 million.
Which one you want first?
Wow, the least of the flock.
This
Okay.
is Jeremiah 49:20.
There you go.
Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Yeah, go ahead and expound on it, brother.
Hey, the least of the flock, man. The least meaning the insignificant. All right, the Edomites, the lowly, like it says in Genesis, he shall crawl on his belly. All right. Yeah, these people who have set themselves up falsely, and it's all coming down right now. They're drawing out everybody for this final world's war, which is going to go over in the
Land of Jehoshaphat.
that's right, the land of Jehoshaphat, Saudi Arabia, over in that region.
WW3.
The war gonna bust your way.
And the Lord said he's going to muster the host of the battle. The Most High said in Exodus 15:3, the Most High is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. All right? You go into Revelations, you talk about Armageddon. You go into Hamargad 1. All right? The valley of Jehoshaphat. This is all prophecies. The Lord is amassing all these countries from the Middle East to, matter of fact, not only the Middle East, but America is there, China's there, Russia's there, Yemen's there, Iran is there, and all the other Middle Eastern countries. The Red Sea right now, the Black Sea, all that shit over there is a hotbed. It's nothing but tanks, troopers, and military vessels. Our WW3 is right here.
It said the Lord mustered the
Host of the battle. That's right, brother.
Just a quick point on that word for least, because the giant went into how many significant. It's the same word that's in Job 30:1. But now they are younger, which that's the same word.
Perfect.
Which means it's significant. That I have me in derision, whose father I will have his name, to have said with the dogs of my flock. So we're talking about the least, all right, the basis of all men, which is Edom. All right, who is the chief of that? That's the Amalekites, man. The Israelis.
Yeah, Milkowski and his crew. Milkowski that calls himself Netanyahu.
So why does every single major politician from Esau, Edom to the Israeli Esau, Edom, all change their names and identities? Why got all pseudo names? All right, because they're full of shit, man. All right, it's no way that Yahweh Bashman try to change his name, or the righteous man, King David said, "Well, I'm King David, but I'm going to be such and such and such." They do that to hide their lineages, and do bullshit, man. Most High is exposing not a Jew, all right, Milkowski, to the rest of these other Edomites. They change their names and so forth. That's in the scriptures. They'll change their names. It's all about propagating their own system.
What did the Chinese call them? The name stealers. So they have a track globally of being these unwanted people who somehow find their way to control financial resources.
And when the Chinese said that, they were talking about the Khazars. And we all know who the Khazars are today.
Bring it out, Reed.
And they've been ducking and dodging and trying. We ain't got to say the names, but we all know. Everyone, the world knows who the Khazars are. It is. They just refuse to acknowledge the truth, even though there's mountains of evidence and proof. It's like their fingerprints on the bloody weapon. You got the video of it, you got the recording of it, you got the eyewitness, testimony, and they still, wasn't me.
He said, well, you didn't see me do it.
Right.
This is Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Right, and you can think too. They think that their lives are going to hold up forever. Their lives are falling apart, man.
And it's video after video after evidence on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and all the rest of social media.
300-year-old books,
Yes.
400-year-old books, 500-year-old books.
Exposing
These
them.
people were writing history as it was happening, as they saw it. They had no reason to lie.
That's right.
Scripture
Right.
says they heap it unto themselves all people.
That's it.
So whenever it's convenient,
Well,
they're
They're them then.
yes.
No,
whatever
wow.
nation and whatever name,
It's me.
That's it.
He that shall not be named.
Yes.
Them.
Right.
Their inward thought is that their houses should continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So you got America, came from what? Americo Vespucci. All right? Esau, now, did Americo Vespucci come over here? No. That's how Esau Edom runs. Scipio Asiaticus. To now, you say the Asiatic black man came from Scipio Asiaticus. Scipio Africanus.
White man.
Right. Salakia?
I said a so-called white man.
Exactly.
For those of you who don't know, who may have heard this for the first time.
That's right, brother.
All right.
And you got Scipio Africanus, which Africa was named after the Roman general Scipio Africanus. So you got Scipio Asiaticus.
So-called white man. Matter of fact, they're brothers.
There you go.
All right. Two white men. So There it is, man. And so they renamed everything and then hid their own name, Edom. All right. And don't forget, the rabbis are always pointing out that white Christianity is Edom.
Yep.
All right. And then you got certain sects of Christians, white Christians, especially here in the West. They call themselves Anglo-Christians. They say that they're the house of Jacob and that the Jewish people are Esau. Esau.
And
so there you go.
And just for the record, I just want to...
Even in their own Jewish books and encyclopedias, they told you that modern day Jewry is Edom.
Right.
So, that's not being anti-semantics by bringing out the fact. That's in their own information, man.
And speaking of, this is off of Wikipedia. This is Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus, all right, Latin 236 to 235 century 183 BC, was a Roman general and statesman, most notable as one of the main architects of Rome's victory against Carthage and the Second Punic War.
And as a matter of fact, they reenacted that battle in the movie Gladiator.
Yes,
that was the battle when Russell Crowe, what was his name? Maximus. When Maximus led some of his former troops and some of the other gladiators, the water brother, to fight in the arena. And Commodus got mad and said, my history is a little bit hazy, but didn't the Carthaginians lose that battle?
Mm-hmm.
No, because they actually won.
Right.
All right.
He said, often regarded as one of the greatest military commanders and strategists of all times, his greatest military achievement was the defeat of Hannibal at the Battle of Zama.
Which was the Lord that allowed that to happen, because it wasn't time for Rome to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Because Hannibal clearly was the superior warrior and a superior leader,
and technically
he defeated them every time he came into contact with him.
Right.
But the Lord took out his troops with the elements. The Lord stopped Hannibal because that would have upset prophecy.
And the Lord stopped him by having him going to the mountains with the elephants and so forth and killing them off versus the elements, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see, so it was the Lord that did it. This is this victory in Africa earned him the horrific epithet Africanus, literally meaning the African, but meant to be understood as a conqueror of Africa, and it's the Esau Edom. The word Africa, if you call yourself African American, you're basically saying you're of Scipio Africanus, you're of his vibration and his lineage, and you're following his vibration, which is Esau Edom, the white man.
They still call the continent Africa to this day.
To this day.
All right.
Will you scratch?
So, how smart are they? They don't even call their land by the original name. They call themselves after this man.
Scipio Africanus. And then you say that East. I hate that other shit where they say that I'm East Asian or Asiatic black man. Yeah. That's going to Scipio Asiatic.
And that's because everybody in Asia once upon a time was brown. All right? Yeah. Whether it be Jake the heathen, whoever, everyone in Asia was brown. Right, including Western Asian and Eastern Asian. Their images. I think it was our beloved elder apostle Gabar that did a video maybe about a month ago where he showed you some of the images from a little bit over 100 years ago in China. All right, it was a little bit, probably about 120 years ago or so, and then how they can take these old photos and restore the color to them. That's what's hurting them about Gad too. Because Gad is just as dark as many Negroes. They take them old pictures of them Gadites, and hence the reason why they were called forest niggers and tree niggers. All right?
And just to back you up, I just looked up Scipio Asiaticus, and it reads, Lucius Cornelius Scipio Asiaticus was a general and statesman of the Roman Republic. He was the son of Publius Cornelius Scipio, and the younger brother.
So he was this. Oh, okay.
It's the same. Yo, you're right. You were absolutely right. They're about to say it right now. And he was the younger brother of Scipio Africanus. He was elected consul in 190 BC, and later that year led the Roman forces to victory at the Battle of Magnesia. So you had Scipio Africanus, who conquered the African region. Yes, that they named after his name. And then Scipio Asiaticus, who conquered the Asian, which is to the east of Africa, and they called it after his name.
The place where they divided up into three parts.
Exactly.
They call Asia Middle East, Europe, and Asia. All right, it's all Eurasia. It's all one place. All right.
That's right. And so when you see the real men of the Lord cussing out Scipio Africanus, Scipio Asiaticus, and the history, while you got a continent called Africa and a continent called Asia, and now you got Middle East and all this other bullshit, it all came from Esau, Edom, the white man, to thwart the truth and the knowledge of what's really real, because they named their own lands after their names. Just like America is called after Amerigo Vespucci. All right, it's bullshit.
Anyway, those Israelite tribes in West and Central Africa and those Israelite tribes in Americas, they went by they tribal and they clan names.
That's right.
They won't call themselves American, Indians, Africans, and all that stuff.
And the word Indian just means savage. But somebody get that 2 Ezra 15, start at 27, read to 33, Baba Kasha.
Got it. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 27. Or did you say start at
27.
Okay, 27. All right, 2 Ezra 15 and 27, it says, "For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth."
Yeah, so there's plagues all over the world. You know, whether it be, we talked about the 5 people that got killed by reptiles over the last 6 weeks. All right, you got all these strange sinkholes, and some girl was in a sinkhole, they was able to save her, but a bunch of other people was in a sinkhole, they weren't able to save them. You got riptides hitting off. You got riptides in Lake Michigan, and that's a new thing. All right, I grew up playing in that lake, you know, being at that every summer. My teenage years, I was at that lake damn near every day. All right, and there wasn't no riptides. That was an ocean thing. That was out in California. We didn't have riptides. So now you have the chance of and a riptide can snatch you in knee-deep water and take you a half mile out. That's how people drown.
That's how
they get caught by a riptide, and the tide drags them out into the deep water, and then they can't swim back because they're too far out and they drown.
I experienced something similar to that in LA when I lived and went to USC. I went to the ocean, I went to the lake, and I mean the ocean, whatever. And I'm down there and I'm playing around, and I go dive down, and then one of the riptides pulled me out, and the water picked me up as I'm playing around and said, "Bam!" on the bottom of the ocean. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Now I almost gagged. And tried to, I scrambled up and got the fuck up out and said, "I'm not playing with this."
Oh yeah,
because that riptide is powerful.
It's powerful. I had a marine buddy. I had a marine buddy that got snatched by a riptide, and the only thing that saved him was the fact that he had one of them boogie boards and it was tied to his foot.
So it could help him float.
It drug him out, but then the board brought him up and he was able to come back. All right, so only if he didn't strap it to his foot, you know. He'd have been screwed.
And the ocean riptide is different from a lake. Like right now, we're here at
well, the ones in the lake are they're
strong.
Yeah, anything that can snatch you 300, 400 yards out, a half mile out.
Yes,
that's ocean power. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That's not normal. That's something new. That's right. The Lord is doing this. Well, go ahead, y'all.
It says, "For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High God shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nation of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble."
And that's what's about to happen to them JOOs. Because, you know, they're starting this fight with the Houthis, and they can't fight the Houthis. There's not enough of them. Their military is not strong enough. Like you said, Hezbollah exposed that. They need, and America is getting ready to have his hands full with his own issues. They're not going to be able to go and help them. All right? They're gonna eventually they're gonna have to cut them off.
That's right.
Well, there's about to be this chaos here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
chaos is about to hit the shores of America, man.
Yeah, they can't go and rush at the back door.
You know, right? And Russia just and Putin just, you know, basically just made a threat to the Rothschilds and told them that their time is up. They're not going to be ruling the world anymore. Proving that what we say is true. That the Rothschilds they're behind all of this. If you follow the money, Columbo told you that in the old Columbo shows. It all leads to them. All these giant organizations and these big banks and all that goes back to them. They're behind all that.
Wait, what did Putin say?
I had to. You still got that?
Yeah.
Because it's all in that phone that I'm shooting from.
Okay.
I was trying to shoot from this one, and all my info was in that one.
Like the other had said earlier, they use different identities, like America being the biggest corporation. There's all a bunch of LLCs where it's really a conglomerate of the 1% owning it, but what they'll do is they'll name it LLC, manufacturing. It's not like Jake. Jake will get a business and they'll put, I do construction LLC. Esau, they use abbreviations and they use subcorporations for you to never find out who owns it.
To hide their parent corporation.
Yeah, Jacob put Perez Brothers Construction. Like, all right, so these motherfuckers do construction.
No, go ahead and read it, St. Ben.
Wow. Putin's chilling warning to Rothschild. Quote, our future generations will be born without Rothschild's chains around their wrists and ankles. End quote.
What did you say this?
You said when?
Yes.
Just recently.
This was posted 6 days ago.
Beautiful.
So
hey, now what's been going on over the last week or two? The assassination of so-called who? Apostle, oh my Lord. Donald Trump.
Apostle
right?
Satan, bro.
Apostle of Satan, Donald Trump. And then what's been in a redacted? Go to redacted. They cussing out BlackRock because they got pictures and videos of the shooter with them. And in various applications, and then they scrubbed it and say, oh, we got to distance ourselves. But when you go to BlackRock and Vanguard, they actually are in cahoots and own majority of all the companies on the planet are owned by BlackRock,
including
and Vanguard.
There you go.
All right. Go ahead, yeah.
Con. So going back to 2nd Esdras 15 and 30 now. It says, also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth.
And that's that's the Persians. That's the so-called Persian Empire, where they call Iran. All right. And if you go into the Iranian encyclopedia, that's they have, you can go online. They call themselves the Persians. And if you go into the word Persian, it goes back to actually Carmanian, as the scriptures say. It's actually in their books.
The scriptures is batting 100, man. Go ahead, y'all.
Yes, sir. It says also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
And guess what? There's a portion of the Assyrians called the Golden Heights, which is occupied by Amalek. So what do you think they're going to waste? All right, and it says the Carmanians is going to join them. The them is the rest of the other Muslim nations that are getting ready to arm them, that are getting ready to go against the Israelis. So, because dumbass Milkowski is drawing them out. All right, so the least of the flock shall draw them out. All because he's trying to keep himself out of in power and stay out of jail. He's pushing this war, and so by his extermination, so all those Gazans that were exterminated, all right, that genocide was committed against them. Basically, Milkowski was successful in doing something that was not able to be done, so it seems, because the Muslims weren't joining together. The two factions, what do they call themselves? The Shia and the Sunni. All right, so the Shia and the Sunni was not getting along and were not standing in solidarity. Now they're actually standing in solidarity, ready to fight against Esau Edom. So he fucked up. They need Bill Dukes to go down and tell him. You fucked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And point that long ass finger, because Bill Dukes like 6'6".
Verse 30.
But go ahead, brother.
All right, verse 31. It says, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall return themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
Can I jump?
Go ahead, brother. I was just gonna say, this is also letting you know that the dragons of Arabia, they're gonna win. They're gonna annihilate, and then they're gonna what they call the game? Tamal Garouche, or whatever they call it. Well, they're gonna do that with all them little happy video making, sexy video making Israeli girls always making them videos.
GM sex.
All right. It's gonna be them Ishmaelites. All right.
We're just mentioning sex.
They said they should remember their. Can you read that over?
Yes. It says, And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall return themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
Khan. And you know, Arab or Arabian means mixture.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which the head, of course, is Ishmael, but you got the Midianites. You read through the scriptures a lot of times, it'll mention Ishmael, but then also mention Midian, like they together. So you got these different Shemites.
Yeah.
And this is
You even got a few Hamites in there, because you know they're Muslim. See, he brought the Muslim world together. So you got Hamitic Muslims. You got them crazy ass Chechens in Russia. They're Muslims. Khabib and all them. You know. So you're right. It's a big mixture. It's a huge army.
I smash everybody.
Yeah, that crazy motherfucker
Comes out.
Yeah. Just not remembering themselves. Yeah. Yep. This Genesis 16 and 11. And the angel of Yahweh said to her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. So it's always been a thing about the world going against the Arabians, call them Arabians. Whether it was Russia at one point. Let's not forget, the first time the Iran should happen, it was Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Now Iran and Russia.
Yeah, and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Russians couldn't defeat the Afghanistanis. Why do you think they finally just made peace and said, look, we together now.
Yeah.
We 20 years we couldn't beat your ass.
Yep.
All right.
And now it's America versus them, and it's allies versus them.
Right.
So every
those are battle-hardened men. Battle-hardened, battle-tested men.
They've seen
that
that.
Could be.
The Dakistanians and
what do you say?
Yeah, and most of them guys are Muslim.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And they ready to fight with the rest of the Muslims.
Yep.
That's the point I was trying to make.
What did Khabib tell Tony Ferguson? He said, "What do you know about street fight? You live in America. What do you know about street fight? Because over there, you know what I'm saying? The law doesn't pull up, you know."
His ass Ishmael, and he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hands against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So now you got them uniting, man. All right, the Ishmaelites, the Midianites, hell, even you got Elam Arabs, man. That's all Shemites, man. But it says what? Ishmael is a wild man. All right.
Yeah, he be lobbing off heads and shit, man. You know, you commit adultery, they stone your ass to death.
And
a woman commit adultery, she lose her head, man.
The classic of
all right.
Themselves.
I watched that Land of the Bad, you know, and that shit was crazy, man. And it was an Ishmaelite in the Philippines, all right, and he was bringing that Ishmael shit to you know that craziness over there. To lobbed a woman's head off right in front of her husband, made her watch. All right, held him down on his knees, and brought her in front of him, and bent her over, and took her head off right in front of her husband, man. And these are and Ishmael, they different, man. And then went grabbed his son, said, "Bring me the boy." All right. So
Ishmael getting back to that old spirit,
you know.
And now he got his brethren with him. He got Elam, like Iran. That's Elam, but they united together, man.
There it is.
All right. You got well, I already said the Persians. Shit, that's the same people. And then you got Russia being the head of them, man. That's Ezekiel 38. The Lord got Ishmael and the Arab world united again, and then you're gonna have the bear of Russia backing them up, man.
Man, it's so cold the way the Lord set it up. Ezekiel 36, Ezekiel 37, and Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 36 exposes when the Edomites stole the land of Israel and stole our identity, claiming to be us. Ezekiel 37 breaks down the awakening of the Israelites when they remember themselves. So anyone who's claiming Israel is an Edomite, according to Scripture. And then the trials and tribulations of the awakening, which we're in now. And then the end result in 38 is the Russian bear leading the dragons of Arabia to wipe out the Amalekites and break down. It's cold, man. This shit raw as hell, man.
Yeah.
And so that's where we at.
Yeah.
But go ahead and bring it out, bro. I just wanted to, you know.
I could like the brother Yaakov. I was going to say this is spirit because I had the 2 Kings 15 and Ezekiel 38 on deck since early in the lesson. It's a spirit, man.
There it is.
Ishmael toast, man. Well, since we mentioned that, I ended up looking up some more stuff after reading that title. Let me see. You got that pulled up still?
Yeah.
Because it was.
Well, while you getting it, let them finish that. let
You
them
wanted me to go to what?
to 33.
Okay.
And then bring out your point. Barbecue shop.
Okay, so going back to this second Esdras chapter 15 and 32, it says, "Then these shall be troubled bled, and keep silence."
It's
through-"
just trouble. Read it over. It's the
Parentheticals.
athlete tweaking. Yeah.
Okay, then these shall be troubled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings.
Wow. And then the Golden Heights just been declared occupied land that they have to give that up. So, yeah, and then you got to think of all these nations as well that are saying that Palestine is a state, deserves to be a state. And the only way Palestine could be a state is they have to give back all that extra stolen land that they grew to, all the way out into Assyria, into the Golden Heights. All right, and so that's why so much death and destruction is going to happen in the Golden Heights, in Assyria. But go ahead, St. Benjamin.
So I read the title of the article, and right under it says, in a statement, it looks like a quick synopsis basically. It says, in a statement about the news, Mr. Putin said his country is finally free from the icy grip of the Rothschild banking cartel and New World Order cabal.
Damn.
2 years previous, President Putin prohibited Jacob Rothschild and his New World Order banking cabal from operating in Russian territory under any circumstances. This says from American Media Group. Here you go, Ash. So I ended up just looking into it because, TikTok would have a lot of weird shit on there. So I ended up looking into it, basically fact checking it. And this fact check, they think they completely just dispel it. They say Putin did nationalize Russia's central bank. But then it tells you that they already nationalized it, which was 1917. But then it tells you in the 90s, the Rothschild, let's see, let me pull it back up. Because it's a nice piece right here. Damn it. I just had it. Slack it. The Rothschilds' family banking business had an office in Russia since the 1990s. All right? But then you scroll down, it talks about because of Ukraine, this is popping back up again. And then it says, and evidence does not support the claim that the Rothschild family or its companies ever had control over Russia. The family's banking business has had an office in Russia since the 90s, though it recently suspended operations. But it has no oversight over the country's currency or monetary policies, which are controlled by the Bank of Russia. So they recently cut the ties with them again.
Wow.
The office they had is gone. So at one point they was in cahoots, they was there, and now it's not happening. Going right with Ezekiel 38. How the Russians gonna be over these other countries and eventually turn their face against the land of Israel.
You see? So, Milkowski done fucked up, man. Benjamin Milkowski he done messed up.
Hey, Milkowski.
Was that 33 out?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So this is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me. Guys, you can get Zephaniah 3:8. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And this is talking about, like it says, the land. Who's the current inhabitants of that land? All right, the Edomites, aka Russians. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. So this is the Lord giving a prophecy of what the Russians are going to do, but the same reference says he's against them.
That's right.
Because Russia's not going to just take down Israel and America and just rule next. No, we
not at
rule
all.
next. The Lord is using them as a tool.
That's right.
Because then the Lord gonna come put his foot in their ass.
Exactly.
See, that's it. Because he gonna use them to do this, and then in the midst of that battle, Yahushua gonna show up.
That's
And
right.
if you remember, Moab came out with that commercial a couple years ago, how they're going to be the next empire, and
Now they
started
work for us.
laughing. Yeah, they work for us, right? And mockery. No, you're not. That's against the biblical prophecy. You're going to fall just like Esau's going to fall, and these other queendoms are going to fall.
Facts. Yep. And I will turn the and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Perfect.
That's why no alliance has been able to stand. America and Russia were once, allies.
Mhm.
That ended after the World War. All right. Then every other time they tried to come together, some bullshit happened.
Cold wars to all kind of wars.
Even with Trump and Putin being cool, they got Trump right out of there, and now America and Russia back at odds again, man.
And this is a replay of Gorbachev and before him not being cool. Then he was cool with the Reagans and the Bushes or whatever for a moment of period of time. This is the theater of war that Esau Edom projects, but it also matches the scriptures of the bullshit of the turmoil between Esau Edom, and they're divided. Mm-hmm. There is the kingdom divided against itself shall not stand.
And what we just read into, and another layer to that is the fact that the Russians are not in allegiance anymore. Right. At least like it used to be with the Rothschild.
That's right.
They at odds.
That's right. And the BRIC nations and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And all of thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. This is the Lord's will.
That's right.
The Lord wants to bring your armies out. He wants you to go against the land of Israel. All right. He wants you to come against America,
which is going to make America come out. So America's going to be forced. Basically, the least of the flock is drawing them out.
That's right.
Prophecy is being fulfilled.
That's
so
right.
America, and we're on the verge of all this.
That's right.
Yeah. All this is about to happen, man. And because the chances of Trump, the chances of Trump getting in office is slim, because there may not be there may not be an election.
Hallelujah.
All right, because and so that will put Kamala Harris in charge of America, and these good old boys in America is not going to stand for that. They're not going to have it. So that's a guaranteed civil war. If they don't have this election, all right, that's a guaranteed civil war.
Sure, the stupidity of America's system, so-called democracy, where you're going to actually, so you got Biden, who's 80,000 years old and senile as fuck, and his running mate is a senile Jake woman.
She's not even Jake. She's Elam.
Elam woman.
Her mother is Jake. Her father is an Elamite.
So Elamite, she's a heathen woman.
Esau, she put a lot of Jake in jail out in California, man.
Perfect.
She put a lot of brown men, for all you Kamala Harris followers out there. She put a lot of so-called Negroes in jail, all right, for a very long time, and mainly for over weed, which is now legal.
That's right.
All right.
That's wicked as hell. All right. So Esau Edom, if you watch their movies on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, and their track record, Esau Edom don't give a fuck about no bitch. They use the bitches to take down men of the Lord. They elevate the woman to come against Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. But if you go to movies like Trading Places, when they would, and they'll show you through the movies the insider shit when they set up the nigga not Axel Foley, but Eddie Murphy character or whatever, and they were behind the scenes doing a deal for $1, whatever. Esau Edom doesn't care about Jake. He don't care about no female. Everything he does is to set up his own agenda.
Yeah.
All right. He doesn't care about no female. He's not going to send no woman over.
He'll even sacrifice his own women in some cases, like his daughters and stuff. Just to make deals.
There you go.
He'll set up a marriage. His daughter's miserable. They don't want to be with this guy, but he'll set up or let his daughter get abused in order to make a deal. This is what we're talking about.
That's it.
You got to do it for the family.
What's resurfacing is back in the day they would these Edomites would sell their kids and ship them through the mail. Like Esau has no fucking regard for their children, man. No. They are, and I think even Shakari had mentioned it before we went live. Like Esau gets cut. Like Esau is like, there's no surprise that when what's his name, Henson was doing the shows. The reason they had to stop this shit is because they were catching high-ranking police officers on there, and that shit was live. Yeah.
To catch if you look, your brother talking about the Catch a Predator show was on NBC.
Yeah. The reason think about it. Remember all that porn was found on all the Pentagon, computers. So the people who are supposed to be protecting society are the biggest, pedos, man. Mm-hmm. All right. That's why they focused on Diddy. And R. Kelly the whole time that the Epstein thing was going on.
That's it.
Well, yeah, that's why he's called the accuser, of thy brother. Because if shit is coming out against him, he got We're supposed to be the image of everything's bad. We're black, right? We're supposed to be the image of everything bad. So they got to go ahead
It's a
and
lot.
find somebody
Y'all
else.
drinking water. They try to scrape my laboratory. Tell me y'all got substance and shit. And it's
Idiot! This is water with vegetables in it, cucumbers and lemons and limes. Dummy.
Don't matter if we was had
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
anyway.
Hey, this isn't. But I'm gonna tell you like how I say it. Russian vodka.
Right?
I'm
So
drinking.
now I gotta start over again, man. It's just crazy.
Just say.
This back in Ezekiel 38 and
I'll be right back.
5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them would shield a helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. So this is Russia with his allies, man.
Right.
Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. And that's what their arm race was. That's prophecy. Russia was meant to increase their weaponry, and they never stopped. See, America got to take a break. But right here it tells you Russia to be prepared for thyself and for them.
Yeah, you had a couple American military analysts made a video probably about a year ago, and they admitted that Russian technology was about 40 years ahead of America's. Their missile technology is about 40 years ahead of America's.
Yeah, America overall grade, military grade, I think it was a D or F. They got a low ass grade because they haven't been prepared no more.
CNN took out the art. Remember the missiles? That they were basically saying that Russia has the capacity right now to reach as far as I believe New York and DC.
Yeah, and it's
So like we could hit central United States, we could hit California. They're like, shit, we want to see if we can hit Maine. You know what I'm saying?
And that's before they brought the submarine tanks that's 60, 70, 80 nautical miles off of Florida. Now they can hit California, they can hit Chicago, Alaska, wherever the fuck they want to.
Hell, I
because
think even Korea can hit America now.
And they've been boasting on that as well.
Yeah, so even North Korea can hit America now. So it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. And not to mention, Russia has boasted that there is nothing. Well, because I mean, America itself admitted that they were 40 years ahead, and then Russia admitted. And Russia made the bold statement that that Satan 1 and Satan 2 can't be stopped. There's nothing on earth they can stop.
I found the article. The title of it is "Strength and Readiness of U.S. Military is Failing at All-Time Low." Then it says, "Go figure." And this, and that's enough. I just read the title.
Yeah, because when you even with the troops, man, America's full of women. Yeah, how many of y'all saw that video with that Chinese unit doing bear crawls up the hill, up the mountain?
Yeah.
The whole unit,
the
man.
whole nine, yeah.
And you know how difficult, and they were doing it the dragon style, which is really hard, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they were in unison, going up that hill like that, man.
That shit was mighty.
It was about 100 something Chinese troops, man, going up the hill in that mountain, man. Yeah.
I saw that.
And then you look at these soft ass Americans, man, all these damn women with all the issues that they bring and the money that they cost, because now they get in the military and they get pregnant and now they can't stand duty, and everybody else got to stand duty for them, and it just causes all sort of issues.
The Transformers too. They have to pay the surgeries.
It's all that shit. So
I will read this one part from it.
Go ahead, brother.
It says the 2023 index concludes that the current U.S. military force is at a significant risk of not being able to meet the demands of a single major regional conflict.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
It says the analysis finds America is not prepared to win the war against Russia or China.
So they unprepared, man.
And America knows that. America has MIT and all these other different countries, different schools and think tanks, and they run scenarios. America knows that they're ill-equipped to win the war. You got it, Benji.
America. So this is them testing their own military.
Yeah, and
this
then
is America telling them themselves.
Wow, tell them Psalm 64 and 8, man. They're telling themselves, man, and it's ridiculous. And then not to mention too that the scriptures clearly tell you that that the beast is going to turn on them.
That's it.
All right. Mm-hmm. The other beast nations are going to turn on them, man. So why? Because they realize that shit. They think they gotta they're gonna realize that they need to just go ahead and get down with the BRICS, because that the Japanese some new Japanese guy, some young guy, son of some in a samurai family line, he just came out and said he's a politician now that that Japan needs to get its honor back for what America did to it. What that means is revenge.
Yeah.
All right, and what you're looking at is you're looking at a collapse of the global system, where South Korea and Japan are going to quickly realize that they're Asian too. All right,
That's right.
and that this whole America thing ain't working for them. So what you're looking at is North Korea and South Korea coming back together again, and then Japan also joining with the BRICS. So America's just fucked, man. Sideways.
Right.
No Vaseline.
And it's prophetic that the beast shall hate the whore.
Yeah.
And all the Lord is making a separation from what all the bullshit. See, first of all, you got to go back. We as Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we've been oppressed for Esau, Edom for 300, 400, 500 years. And Esau has been vexing all the other nations along the same time period and giving them same bullshit. And like Trump did a couple years ago, and he walked up in front of everybody and popped his collar and walked out in front of everybody. America has been belittling the world, taking advantage of the world, and doing the whole nine.
The bully.
And now there is coming against them. The scripture says, "Are you as weak as we?" Isaiah 14. Is this the man that calls to all the nations to tremble? You are losing your power because the Most High is exposing you to be the wicked of the existence, man. Right? So fuck you, Esau.
Elder, I sent the video. I sent the capacity video, and this is 2 years old, mind you. So I sent it in Bishops in case Jay was going to play the video about Russia and China having the better capacity. This was 2 years ago. So if they're boasting about how much it's advanced now, and remind you, this is an American. The brother, we're talking to the brothers over there in Cleveland. Mind you, what's happening? This so-called joking of America. This is happening on a global scale. This isn't just some newspaper in Wichita, Kansas.
World magic happens.
You know, this is
Wichita Virgin nozzle. Without this, you don't.
Sorry, you want me to play it now?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I mean, just to make the point that it's 2 years old. You know, so anything, any advancements made or what they're bragging now is on top of this. So if you play the video, they do the analytics of their capacity and what the Russians are publicating that they.
Where all the magic happens. If they're converging to Virgin nozzle, without this, you don't have a hypersonic wind tunnel.
Chris Combs runs the Hypersonics Lab at the University of Texas, San Antonio, home to a new state-of-the-art Mach 7 wind tunnel, a key tool in helping the U.S. catch up to China and Russia, developing weapons that travel more than 5 times the speed of sound. Hypersonic missiles and aircraft could be the future of warfare because their speeds and maneuverability make them extremely difficult to defend against.
We're one of only about 5 in U.S. academia that can do Mach 7 plus.
And there's only a handful of government-run industrial-grade hypersonic wind tunnels in the U.S. In fact, during a meeting with the Defense Secretary in February, 2 people in the room told CNN that CEOs of America's largest defense contractors described this scarcity of wind tunnels as a choke point in testing.
For the big wind tunnel facilities, it can be 1-2 year wait time right now to schedule things out. I'd say 6 months would be pretty fast.
A critical delay, as the U.S. is still in the early stages of its hypersonics program, with the Air Force successfully testing Lockheed Martin's missile, called Arrow, last week after 3 failures. But Russia isn't just testing these weapons, it just became the first country to ever actually use hypersonic weapons in war, using them at least 10 times in Ukraine, according to the Pentagon.
It's a consequential weapon.
And China successfully tested a hypersonic weapon that orbited the globe last year.
At one point, the Chinese were building their wind tunnels as quickly as we were decommissioning wind tunnels.
Mark Lewis, a former top Pentagon official working on hypersonics, estimates Beijing is building a new hypersonic wind tunnel every 6 months.
We really need our test infrastructure, our wind tunnels, in order to be able to advance in this field. And frankly, we've allowed that capability to atrophy over the past few years.
This tunnel in Texas is only 8 inches wide and took about 3 years to build. The biggest hypersonic wind tunnels are 8 feet wide and would take about 5 to 10 years to build, according to Combs.
You're not putting a full-size airplane test vehicle in any of these facilities. There's nobody in the world that's testing in a 20-foot hypersonic wind tunnel, right? That type of technology just doesn't exist. It's simply too much air.
So instead, they test small 3D printed models. These are the ones that are unclassified.
These are the models that you can show us. How many models do you have that you can't show us?
Well, I can't tell you that. This is the type of thing.
We got a clown. We got a clown. These niggas broke out Hasbro planes.
Come on, bro.
Right. 6-year-olds, exact sound effects. This is what would happen.
Well, we can't tell you. I can't tell you. Look at that.
Right. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, man.
America again.
It's
America.
fuck yeah. It's
Yeah.
understanding. It's understanding. Taking out a team in. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's good, man. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16. Bob Kushar.
Can I finish?
Yeah. Go ahead, Salaki, brother. Go ahead.
But before I get that, this is Isaiah 14, and
Yeah, finish what you got, and then when he's done, somebody get 2nd Ezra 16. Bob Kushar.
can I read this a second?
Yes, you can, brother.
It's Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath thee is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. Let you know that it's not talking about literal dead. It's talking about the rest of the oppressed world, man. He had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say to thee, art thou also become weak as we?
Absolutely.
Art thou become like unto us?
Yes, sir.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
Perfect.
And the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So the nations, they're seeing America status change. They're seeing how weak your army is. Not just your army, how outdated your technology is. They're seeing all this, man.
Yeah.
Plus they're pissed at you, so they're ready to pounce.
Yeah, someone just sent me an image of the train systems in New York and different parts of the U.S. and France, you know, the allied countries, and then they showed you Russia and China's train system.
Right.
So now compare that to weapons.
Right.
Wow.
This is back in Ezekiel 38 and 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years.
That's right.
Thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel. So there will be an invasion in the Holy Land. All right, plain and simple. Which have been always waste, but it is waste because the Israelites are not there. Plus, the land doesn't yield its increase like it used to.
That's right, brother.
Those Israelis have to set up irrigation systems.
That's it.
See, Israel is supposed to be a fertile land.
Land
That's
of milk
why they
and
call
honey.
it the Fertile Crescent. But they have to set up greenhouses, irrigation systems, all this just to yield minimal crops.
Even when the
Yeah,
scripture
that's
said that the scripture said there was a land of milk and honey. Where's the milk and honey in that land? Once you put wickedness in the land, just like they had to set up priests and so forth to teach them how to deal with the land, to bring the righteousness out the land. But now, 3,000 years later, this land, Israel right now, as it is corrupted. It has to be destroyed. It's a wasteland.
Yeah. It's a lock. And that proves that America's not Israel to you dumbass niggas out there.
That's another good point, yeah.
I just want to put that in.
No, that's true because you got them saying that. You got niggas saying America's Egypt, America is Jerusalem. These niggas call America everything but what it is, man. America is the other end of the earth. It's Babylon the Great. It's where the great burning fire is gonna be, man.
Great sacrifice. America is an altar. It's a gigantic sacrifice altar, man. And the Lord requires fire and blood, and that's what He's coming for.
That's right.
Against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. So right now, they've been straight. They ain't got no real defense system. They ain't got no walls. They like America, a village without walls. All right, but they got all their enemies around them, man. But they've been straight. That's about to change. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee, they will be invaded. Thus said the Lord Yahweh. That was the point. I'll finish the verses I started. It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, thou shalt think an evil thought.
Perfect.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, have neither bars nor gates. So they're going to invade Israel. They're also going to invade America.
There it is.
All right,
man.
the place where the whore lived deliciously,
And
without care.
And a lot of their armies are already here.
Yep.
I was
right.
just listening to some report a couple days ago, and they were complaining about the enemy troops that are already here. Biden, come on, man! How this man you gonna let in hundreds of thousands of people that are from nations that are actually at war with you, when known terrorists come from? And then they were complaining that you know, one of them little pocket blow up things came through. I'm like, so if you knew about it, why didn't you stop it, dumbass? So and then you gotta remember, a couple years back, a couple of them little pocket blow up things disappeared. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen between now and that election, man?
Yeah.
You know?
It's going to go from just defending and helping out these Arabs to fuck it. Let's just go all out. Let's go to America too. Let's go ahead and activate these troops. Let's go ahead and invade them.
And you best believe the nations of the world can't stand you proud, arrogant Americans, man. They really can't.
Right.
Persona non grata globally.
Indeed.
The 716.
Baba Kashan, we gonna read through that, quite a bit of it actually, and then we'll wrap.
Was Jake going to play that video?
Which video?
The video of the
Right here?
No, the other
No, yeah, don't worry
yeah,
about it. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much touched
Just
on the
make sure.
points. I mean, yeah, because he did talk about chaos and stuff in America and law enforcement shuts down. He spoke about when the grid went down. One of the biggest things that were hurt was law enforcement, and that they couldn't run anybody's names or plates or anything like that.
And go back to old school technology.
Yeah, and then also how they can be tracked. They can, you know, without their technology, they can be tracked, whatever that meant. So basically, law enforcement will be in danger, you know, when all this shit happens. So we always said a lot of them gonna quit and just not show up for work. You know,
Just
they
like
show
the
you that in
one
the
movie.
movies.
Yeah.
You know, they show you that in the movies, man. They you know, because when the shit go bad, they look. I'm staying home protecting my own family, right? You know,
Right. Can't blame him.
you know, can you really blame them? Exactly. I'm gonna go to work and leave my, you know, my wife and pregnant daughter and pregnant wife or whatever at home.
Work. Who
You
the fuck
know?
gonna pay you anyway?
Exactly.
That's a
That being the point. So
Right,
not only
right.
you not getting any money, but you leaving your house unsecure while marauders are kicking indoors and, you know, and having their way with bitches and eating all your food.
It ain't that much dedication.
So you clearly you don't care for your wife and your daughter if you're gonna run off and leave them at home.
Right.
When those days come, and those days are close at hand.
Right, because the law enforcement, those are the known bullies, man. They're working under the belief that America's always gonna continue, man. But all them people that you personally affected, all them Jakes that you locked up, you don't think they're hunting you? You don't think they're looking for you?
Yeah, cops are gonna be. Yeah, it's
See,
especially in your neighborhoods where you live, where people know you. Cops is
See,
and you notice a lot of cops. They live close to each other. They got neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's a lot of retired cops in my neighborhood.
Beverly, Midway.
Yeah.
They have different pockets.
Yeah, Beverly, Midway, Bridgeport.
Because what they'll do is they'll leave a
Head-
spot card in one of those
Headwich.
blocks.
Hegwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of, you know, and everybody
Bridgeport.
knows, and everybody knows the areas where you are. So, you know, there it is.
He went around acting like his actions didn't have consequences.
Right.
So when those consequences catch up, right?
Right.
And Esau tells you in his fool system, right? If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's the problem about Esau. Esau always does the crime and accepts and wants the mercy that he doesn't give you. He locks you up, man.
Right.
Esau's a piece of shit,
Remember
man.
that movie Crow? He said, "If you skate, I ain't skate. Skate dead. They ain't go dead over there. It's gonna be you damn cops, man."
The two Spider-Mans.
This is Obadiah 1. This is Obadiah 1 and 9. And thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed.
That's right.
To the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
That's right. And that's everybody, they say, cut off by what?
Cut off by slaughter.
The Most High has a vendetta against all Esau, Edom. He's got a vendetta against all the heathen. He's got a vendetta against all the 230ans. The Most High said, I'm going to cut them off by what? Slaughter?
Slaughter.
Most that's the time that we're in.
Yeah,
we're in a
man.
time of slaughter right now.
Right, and it's all about to begin, and we're the only ones that's happy about it.
That's right.
All right.
One more verse in that.
Go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah. So Esau, go ahead, Pops.
So Esau has wrote this ticket, and he didn't understand behind it, and now the whole world is saying, okay, it's time for you to step up and pay up for all your fucking world crimes for all the time.
Basically, I've been saying it for quite a few years. The Manifest Destiny,
right?
Part 2.
Perfect.
All right. Manifest Destiny has a part 2. You didn't read the fine print. You ignored the fine print. You thought it would never come.
The letter in.
Because you hid behind the false narrative of whiteness and thought that whiteness would that false narrative, because there's no such thing as white people, but you hid behind that false narrative, and now that's pretty much it's played itself out.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's done. Go ahead, y'all. If you gonna read it,
got it. Yeah.
You're gonna go all the way to 23, brother. Let's just go through it.
Kind. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria."
So let's say this is gonna be worldwide. It's not just Babylon. That's not just Babylon the Great.
That's right.
This is gonna be a worldwide event. All right. Like even on that video, it said global chaos. Go ahead.
Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Right, so you're going to be welling because your children, a lot of your children are going to die sometimes right in front of you in the most horrific ways.
That's right.
Go ahead.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Huh?
A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Mm-hmm.
Plagues, because this is from the Most High God. This is His will. We're just the messengers. You see? So you can hate the messengers all you want.
Yeah.
The message is still coming to pass.
Right, and whether those plagues be man-made or actual sent from on high.
Yep.
They're all coming from the Lord regardless.
That's it. Proverbs 21 and 1. It says how that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Yeah.
As the rivers of water, He turneth it.
That's right.
Whithersoever He will.
That's why you got a certain man that keeps releasing stuff, and people are saying that they're putting it in the air, and now you got people talking about that the chemtrailing is full of the you dig, the Gil Bates stuff.
That's it.
All right.
Well, verse 5 it says, "Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?"
Doc been out for a week and a half. He got some weird head cold. What? He don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is. Go ahead.
Verse 6. It says, "May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer."
Nope. Once the arrow let go, you may just realize that you just aimed at the wrong target. You can't pull it back.
That's right.
You can't wish it away. All right. That whoever on the end of that, when you realize, oh shit, that's my brother. Well, he's dead now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
God, make me a bird.
It says, "The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?"
None.
It says, "A fire shall go forth from his wrath,
Perfect.
and who is he that may quench it?
None.
He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear?
None.
He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to power at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up, and with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of His power."
And we all saw the devastation that happened when them tsunamis hit, and how they messed up all different parts of Asia in South Asia.
Right.
You know, they ain't made movies about it. You know, them 30-foot waves came through and went 5 miles inland and shit like that. It's gonna be even worse.
Worse.
When these things start hitting and exploding all over the world. So you're gonna have your earthquakes. You'll have tsunamis. You know, radiation. Yeah. So the fishes in the sea, the Lord gonna have to replenish life, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things are about to die.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be bitter as wormwood, as it says. Verse 13, it says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss."
Yeah. So when the Lord, the right hand of the Lord is Yahushua. All right, and when he, man, you don't want to be on his bad side. Go ahead.
Mr. Pike. All right. It says, "When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is
message.
It says the fire is kindled." So that's why the scripture says, "What manner of persons ought you to be, knowing that all these things are coming, man?"
Yeah, not being no stupid scoffer, man.
Right.
And that's the way the day that I look for the greatest, man.
That's right.
Family and friends included.
That's right.
You scoff the Lord, you scoff the men of the Lord, you scoff this truth, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be the greatest, most joyous "I told you so"
Can't wait for that.
in the histories of "I told you so."
Man.
And we gonna add nigga to the end of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With a hard ER.
What? J-A-U. J-A-U.
Yeah.
No nigger. Hey, what's up, buddy? Nigger.
Yeah.
J-A-U.
It says, Second Esdras 16 and 15. It says, "The fire is kindled and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundations of the earth."
Wow, so the governments, everything that's in power, man.
Yes, sir.
Remember, there cannot be a BRICS government, a NATO EU beast system. They can't have governments when the Lord comes back. The Lord is taking down all powers, all hills, all mountains, all principalities.
Right.
And because everything is going to have to bow to him. The new government is going to be Yahushua, King David, and 144,000.
That's it.
That is the new judge. Those are the new judges. That is the new government that's going to be established here on earth as it is in heaven.
That's it.
Read.
Matter of fact, if I can get a quick one real quick.
Absolutely.
1 Corinthians 15 and 24. "Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom unto the Most High God, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and all power."
Oh,
right?
shit.
And it's Romans 13 and 1. It says, "Hey, there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High God." But guess what? He's taking that power away from any mindset, all right, that was contrary to his mindset.
Man, the chair is going to be bumping, bow down.
That's
Right.
it. Man.
This is the last democracy.
That's it. Yep. What was that? Cube
and the West Side Connection.
That's it. Yeah. So it says, like as an arrow which is shot back in Second Esdras 16 and 16. It says, "Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that are shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again." Verse 17. "Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days?"
Which is one of the scriptures that we use to prove reincarnation.
Yeah.
Because Ezra saw himself there.
Yes.
And knew that he would be there when it happened, which means Ezra is amongst us now.
That's it.
And
all right. So be careful how you treat brothers. All right. Because you don't know which one of the brothers is Ezra's.
That's it.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 18, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginnings of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" See, Esdras was seeing the vision so he can write it, so he can tell us for today.
And it was making them sick.
Exactly.
Yes.
Making sick to his stomach.
Yes.
And it shows
because the man rape, murder, cannibalism.
Yes.
You just create the craziest shit you could ever imagine, man.
Right. Because, you know, all the things that has happened in history, all the great atrocities and all the just craziness that has already happened, it says it's nothing compared to what's about to come in these days. And Ezra the prophet, he's seen that vision.
In a hologram.
You see that the Lord,
that he was in the middle of.
Man, however the Lord showed him, he showed him, and he wrote it down right here, and I'm reading it.
That's right.
It says, 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion.
It's going to be like the movie Doomsday. If you never saw Doomsday, I highly suggest that you watch it.
Wow.
And that was a sick movie, because basically what happened in Doomsday is they quarantined either Scotland or Ireland. They just built like 50-foot walls, and they put machine guns up on top of it. And if anything moved toward the walls, they shot them. And basically what was going on in that movie, there was a virus, and they tried to quarantine it and locked all those people in there. The people didn't get out. And was nothing going on but there were murder, rape, cannibalism.
Yep.
Murder, rape, cannibalism. That's what was happening.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that the virus got out anyway, but they needed to go into the city to get somebody out of the place that they quarantined, because they became immune to it. The virus wasn't killing them anymore, it was killing everybody else on the outside world. All right, but they had to go in there, and the people that went in there to go collect up some people, well, they didn't take too kindly to them for leaving them there. So I'll let you think about it.
Right. Hey, and that's why the scripture says, Isaiah 33 and 6, for wisdom and knowledge, all right, and faith in wisdom and knowledge. And we're talking about the wisdom and knowledge of the word of God in truth. You see, it says it shall be the stability of thy times and strength of your salvation.
But how Edras had the mentality, he said, like, woe is me, who shall deliver me?
Exactly.
He didn't dare count himself part of the number,
Right.
which shows the mentality of a man of the Lord. Like, we look back and we're like, why would Edras think that? Because we're reading about Edras, right?
Yes.
So we're like, why would he? But this shows the mentality so that anybody that doesn't share likewise mentality or want to be in order like Edras, like the elders explained, then guess what? They don't have part, because that's not part of the examination, because they should be like, your favorite scripture, only one man can enter at a time. So that's going to be in order.
Yeah.
It's not going to be all trying to cram.
Hey, but like you said,
we the same rank. We
we
gonna walk on this way together.
Well, like you said,
no, he said one at a time. So that means there's a rank and file, man.
That's it. And you know, it says Ezra said, woe is me, but here it is, like you said, we know whoever Ezra is a man of the Lord. But Ezra's sitting somewhere, don't even know that he Ezra's, talking about, man, I hope I'm a part of that elect. I hope I endure to the end.
Exactly.
You know, and that's how it is, man. And so, man,
It's the reason why
that humility,
which is why men are so valuable in this thing. All right, which a lot of these women are going to find out here in Babylon. All right. You know, I had a woman tell me she was the prize.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, the prize for what? The thought of the day.
Place prize.
Right.
She prize for the cock carrot.
Right.
Exactly. You said it, man. The brother just told me the other day how he went when he was in college, somebody invited him to a Madden party. All right, to a Madden tournament. All right. He went to go to the Madden tournament, and there was 2 dudes sitting in there playing the Madden, and there was about 20 dudes all standing around with their rods out around the bed, popping an Edomite chick. Wow. That was what they called a Madden tournament.
Wow.
So you women who played, it said she was taking care of everybody, and that the chick took a smoke break and came back. She went outside to smoke a cigarette and came back in the dorm to Who
won?
So that's So the point being, man, is that a lot of these, and then again, you know what I thought about when he told me that story. All right, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, that woman's probably married and somebody's mother right now.
Right. Yeah.
She was kissing her kids good morning.
So not only that, think of all the different men DNA that's on her children, on that man. Right. And then does a man that married her even know that happened?
No.
Yeah, he probably wasn't one of them.
He's the one that set it up.
They be so damn weak elder this shit.
Yeah.
I guess so. But then there's a lot of men. There's a lot of men who they have no idea. Right.
No, you can't.
Well, go ahead, brother.
Back in 2 Ezra 16 and 22, it says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy."
Damn, so you done survived all this doomsday shit.
Yeah.
You fought off the people trying to eat you.
Man.
You did all this.
Ran from the lion and got the bear.
Right. You done got away from the dogs, from the bear, from the lion.
Marauders.
The marauders. And only.
That fiery serpent.
Man.
Right. And you make it, and then you look up and here come the missile.
Damn.
It's like, what the fuck? Right.
Hey man, that's why it's
and to boot, you scoffed the truth, and so now you seeing other Jakes get taken up on the chariots.
Man.
And
this is how important it is.
Nigga.
Right. This is why it's so important to show and prove your faith right now.
Exactly.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Make your body a living sacrifice right now. Right. Get on team Yahweh Shem Yahushua right now.
That's the scripture. The scripture said, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord."
I believe, therefore I declare. We're declaring our Savior openly. We're doing the things again.
Yes.
Humility. Yes. We're not. We ain't nobody saying here that there's Ezekiel. No, none of that. We're just like, hey, shit, we're serving the Lord. We're serving the Lord. So
that's it.
I will settle for being a lowly scribe.
God.
I will settle for being the very last man who walk across there, the very last one.
And
I have no problem with it.
And for King David said that I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of the Lord, let you know what the mind state of the house of David from the top on down. You want to be part of the house of David. Everybody, and you seen it with amongst the brothers. After you, brother. No, after you, brother. No, you got it. After you. They have to put an order like, no, brother, after you.
Yeah, because you got the very last man is gonna make that 144,000. Right, and then you gonna have that very last man that makes up the rest of the elect. The very last one.
Wow. Wow.
You think about it.
Yeah.
He made it.
What'd you say, Benji?
Man.
What'd you say, Benji?
Man, just
That's hard.
That's
right. No, that's Yahweh, the same penny, and that's why we say we are like partakers of the sufferings of Hamashiach. All right, these things are accomplished in your brethren. All right, the same penny. Yahweh Shai, the scriptures are undefeated, man.
Comfort yourselves with these words.
That's it.
That's what these electronic epistles are, man. This is to those that believe. Like, shit, hey, man, each time I see brothers, when they're hitting them precepts, man, like, he's like, I believe harder, shit. I'm like, that's that's just, I'm looking, over there like, what is it? With the hands, bro. Because we know those things have come, man. We see those things that are written, Revelations 18, all right, Isaiah 47, Isaiah 63. America already fell. We're just waiting for ours, basically carnal eyes, to see the manifestation of it.
Right.
I would like to say thank you to the scholars because that proved our chances, man.
Romans 3.
Hey, that's it. So going back to the 2 Ezra 16 and 23, it says, "And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down."
You gotta imagine, when these nukes here, it says what? The earth is going to roll to and fro like a drunkard. So picture a snow globe. You shake that thing up, everything moves inside of there.
That's right.
So when this destruction happens, there's going to be, of course, a lot of death. But these people ain't going to have time to go and bury bodies. They ain't going to have time to mourn over their loss. They're going to be in trouble themselves. It's going to be tsunamis. All right? Hurricanes, all type of shit happen on the earth because of this. Buildings collapse. The earth is going to shake.
Yeah, you live.
There's going to be a lot of buildings.
Man, the people downtown Chicago, that death's going to be so horrific for them. People are gonna the rivers gonna flood into the lake's gonna flood into the rivers gonna flood into the tunnels to the the train tunnels, the underground Wacker Drive. It's going to be horrific, man.
So these other countries going to suffer. America's going to be nuked off the map. This place is done. You other countries, hey, y'all got to deal with some shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Because eventually, America's going to be an all-out, nightmarish thing. But but leading up to it, all the chaos happened. But then when the destruction comes, it just wiped away. All those other nations, you're right. They're going to be that slow deterioration, the flooding of their train tunnels and all the high rises collapsing. Yeah, it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad.
That's it. So going back to the 2nd Ezra 16 and 24, it says, "There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them?"
Damn, just pear tree, pineapple tree, nobody pick it.
No, because as soon as you pick it, you know what I'm saying? You just shit. They like they gonna try to find some way to maybe if I can,
right?
But it's like fuck that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Climb that tree at night, and then it's gonna be some smart aleck out there with night vision,
man.
Waiting on your ass. Right.
That is
I just wait till it get dark.
Right.
Field of the eyes.
I see you.
Yeah, that's it. All right. It says, "The grape shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men."
There you go. That's after the new shit, man. It says there should be few men left.
That's right.
There ain't gonna be people to go out there and harvest farms, all this. No,
That's
and
cool.
the wildlife is going to increase.
Yeah.
That's part of why it says the
Jump to
wild
73.
beasts should be in different places, man.
That whole chapter is fire. But
Right.
Let's jump up to 73.
Okay.
This is like a real quick. This scripture says, "Iniquity will not come up a second time." I'm loosely paraphrasing.
Oh, there shall not have.
Yeah. Oppression shall not. Yeah.
Come up a second time. This is it.
That's it.
They already forded the affliction. They
Yeah, you hear
already
that?
went over
Nate Satan. Esau not gonna get together and have a secret meeting in the
my
closet.
God.
And try to have their own that tournament.
There'll be no cruise in the kingdom.
It will not be a goddamn it. In the kingdom, how about Yahushua? We just forgot that we had some extra weapons around.
Or spiritual power.
Spiritual power.
This is back in 2nd Ezra 16 and 71. It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none,
right.
but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Right.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire."
So there it is. So the people of the Lord are going to survive all of this unscathed. All right, they're going to be fine. They're gonna eat, and they're going to be safe. All right, and their value. That's why it says that a man should be more precious than gold, man. All right, and then that's that is when the women will actually get in line. When they will really truly get in line, because they're not going to do it beforehand.
Right.
They may tell you that they are, but they're not.
Right.
Lies.
They're not. Yeah. So with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakash,
Kwam Yasharallah,
Kwam Yasharallah,
Bob Babal.
Abba Ball.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, Sanchez, two brothers, preaching this word with the same truth. So next time we say shalom.
Shalom.